Shot attempt for the Owls. Snap down. The kick is blocked. Huskers lost the kick. It's picked up by FAU, and it was Crick who gets up and knocks it down.
Hey Husker fans, it's Jared Crick. I'm here with Coach Pelini, coach of the Black Shirts. Going to be asking a couple questions today. So we made it through 2 games this season. How do you assess the play of the Black Shirts?
Good so far. I think we get a little bit better every day. We improved the second week over the first week. I'd like to see us playing a little more physically than we have. But in terms of just our progression as a defense, I'm pleased the direction we're headed.
What players from the D-line do you think will surprise Husker fans this year?
Well, I think our first 4 are all going to be contributors and all going to be factors in different ways in different games and all going to, have an impact on our defense. As you get into the second unit, I think Cameron Meredith and Baker Steinkohler are probably going to get the most snaps, and every time they take the field, with fresh legs, especially later on in the game, as long as they execute and play the way they're capable of, they're going to have opportunities to do the same thing and maybe be some new names that the fans aren't quite, familiar with. They're asking.
Leonard in the gun, takes a snap on 3rd and 6. Now being rushed, gets hit, goes down inside the 5-yard line. Ndamukong Suh and Jared Crick combine on that one, the 2 tackles. How
and when did you first get starting in coaching?
My first coaching job was at my high school alma mater. Got a chance. I was a head freshman coach for a year, and then moved up to varsity and was coach for a state championship team there. And then I got started, and I moved on. Coach Bob Stoops, who we grew up with, was coaching it. He got hired at Kansas State, and he hired me as his graduate assistant. So that's kind of how I got started in college coaching.
How has the game of football changed since you played defense at the University of Columbia?
Yeah, I don't know. Fundamentally, it hasn't changed. It's still about being physical, blocking, tackling, playing with great technique. But in terms of the schemes have become a lot more complex, and I think there's a lot more on a player's plate today off the field in terms of the meeting room and the playbook, and and a lot more to know. We lined up and we didn't have different packages, nickel, dime, and different way of doing things based on all that. We just kind of lined up and played our base defense and had our blitzes off of it. So the playbooks are much thicker, and there's a lot more study going on, and there's a lot more meeting time that happens now, which I think is the hardest thing for a young college player to adapt to, is how much time they actually spend in the classroom.
Thanks for joining us, Husker fans. I'm Jared Crick with Coach Pelini. Tune in next week to see another coach get interviewed.